July 13, 2019. In a dream, I was in a city. There, I saw how teachers passed lists of names referring to course grades. So while observing this, I was listening and seeing various names that were familiar to me at that time. I heard my name, and I saw it, and the teacher began to laugh when she told me that I had failed, and that if I did not submit to all the rigors of said study, I would never pass said course. I was anguished because I did not want to be failed, and I saw how a great majority passed, and only a gentleman about 55 years old and I did not pass. We were both there worried. Then at that moment, I looked at the sky, and I saw as how a large piece of a puzzle was placed in a puzzle that was already all assembled, and only that piece was missing. A giant and very resplendent hand was placing it, and thus the puzzle was ready. I heard a voice coming from heaven that said, "Get ready, run for your life." Then I started running, and a teacher stopped me and exhorted me about studying and having a good job to enjoy an ample economy. Then my mouth was opened, and I said, "The father or mother who does not run to get their children out of the cities now will die, and I will not let my son die here." I said it so energetically that he let me go, and my run continued. As I ran, I saw the man who had also failed his studies. He was surrounded by very famous scholars. They urged him to stay and finish the work in that place. When I saw this, I passed closely and I told him, because I saw him with a young man by his side, very similar to him, "Run, run. Don't listen to what they say. Save your son and save yourself." They shouted at him, "Don't listen to her. Don't you see that she opposes to the work of God? Souls have to be saved. Stay." At that moment, my mouth opened, and words that I was not thinking came out of it, saying, "The residue must stop for the preparation of the celestial investiture, and then will return with great power for the souls. But now he should stop to meet with his God, and to be fully accountable to him will enable him to be the recipient of the exalted heavenly power, and then whatever is for salvation will be saved." I looked at the man with his son and said, "Don't stop, get out." The enraged man came towards me, and he was able to run away with his son. The man shouted, "Come back, we know the time, we are the ones who know." But the man was running fast, and his son after him. When I saw them running, my companion said, "So the parents do that will save their children. They will leave everything behind." While this man ran, I saw him throwing, as from his hands, things. These were in his hands small, but when he threw them, they became enormous. I saw him throw a car, a house, a business of great money. He kept running and entered the mountain on safe ground with his son. I was so glad of his resolution and courage, and while I was enjoying this, I remembered those who were stopping him, and I looked towards them at that moment. Then I saw how, as a cloud was positioned over them, and large drops of blood fell and stained their clothes. They looked at each other, but without caring much about their work, they continued with insistence on blocking the path of all those who were running towards the mountain. Then I exhorted them, saying, "Repent and humble yourselves before God. Is it that you don't see the danger? A fury flared in them, and they ran to try to hurt me, but the scene passed, and I heard a voice that said, Ezekiel chapter 37 and Revelation chapter 9, verse 13 to 21. Beloved, may each one of us understand the Lord's words and proceed to be saved. May the Lord bless you all.